Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel. So I am currently working on my paper pumpkin alternatives for August 2023. The kit is called Meaningful Flowers. It is absolutely awesome. So I'm going to show you this. I'm not going to show you everything that came in the kit. I did that the first videos 1 through 5, but these were the two gorgeous cards. It's a double stamp set for this one. This flyer shows you all of the supplies you get. It even gives you a QR code you can scan to get other ideas. I'm going to show you the stamp sets here. So the two lotus, the forget-me-nots, the lily pad, you rise above the rest. This is the one we will be using. Your friendship is unforgettable and you are capable of amazing things. I really, really like that one. So, let's see. What else are we going to use? I'm going to use my little dollar store butterflies on this card. And this is a fun fold, guys. Now, sit back. We are going to make this particular fun fold, my version of a step card with a little bit there. It sits up really, really nice. I really enjoyed coming up with this a while ago, so we're going to make it again. It's going to take a little bit because, you know, I'm not prepping all the stuff. We're doing the forget-me-not. So here's my little bundle of goodies. You guys ready? So we're going to cut up that envelope. We're going to cut a card. I have this bit we may use and other little bits. This piece is important. I'll give you the measurements. I just wanted to show you. So we'll go through. I got measurements down here, but we need to cut things. So let's set those aside. The first thing you need is your card base. I am using Tahitian Tide. This is 4 1/4 by 11. Now we're going to do quite a bit of scoring on here. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start at 1 inch. And I have an extra just in case I mess up. 1, 2, and 3. So 1, we're going to 2 next. 1, 2, and 3, then 5 and 3/4. 1, 2, and 3, then 9 1/2. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to 10. 1, 2, and 3, and 10 1/2. 1, 2, and 3. So we're not done. Oh, I did forget the middle part. I did forget to cut that. So we need a second piece that is 2 1/4 by 4. So we're going to cut this to 4. That doesn't seem right. No, this is, sorry. This is layer number 1. This is 7 1/4 by 3. So 7 1/4. Yeah, good thing I didn't cut that already. 7 1/4 by 3. Then we're going to score. So I'm looking at my measurements. We're scoring it at 2 1/4. So not the dark blade, the light blade. 1, 2, and 3. That's my magic number for scoring. And then we have our garden green piece, which is layer number 2. This is 2 1/4 by 4. Layer number 3 is 2 3/4 by 4. That is going to be this back piece here, which we are going to use the envelope for, unless this is going to give it to us. Let's see. What did we say? This needed to be 2 3/4 by 4. So yeah, that's why. See, the envelope, this part of the envelope scrap piece I have will not do it. So we need to get our envelope out and cut this down. So we're done with the trimmer scoring and cutting. We need to move on to the envelope piece and all our little bits and goodies that are in there. So we need to cut our envelope apart, and you guys know how I cut this. Trim a hair there, flip it over, because keep that straight edge up at the top. Trim it here, and then we are going to cut this part off. And now we can go to layer number 3, which says it needs to be 2 3/4 by 4. But we want this gorgeousness in there. So we're going to trim. Well, first we're going to take off and make this straight all the way to the edge. All right. So now we have a piece that's going to be our 4 inches here. Oh, we almost saved it that time. I'm talking about that little bit on the envelope. And this needs to be 2 3/4, which 2 3/4 here would only give me that grassy bit, and I want it up here. So we're going to have to take some, let's see, 2 3/4 is right there. I want to take off that little licky sticky bit. So now we can go 2 3/4. That gives us that portion, and that we will save. This is going in here. Looks like I cut it a little too short. Why is that measurement not right? Because it should be 3 and not 2 3/4. That's okay. We will give ourselves, we'll just go an extra 1.5 inches, and I'll glue that to it. And it will be just fine. So do I have everything now? This is going to get some tape, some handy dandy Scotch tape, since I made a boo-boo. Actually, we can just kind of, do I make a line there on it? Or do I make it look like we intended it to be that way? We're just going to make it look like we intended it to be this way. So we're going to come in here, cut some of this grass bits. Always an opportunity. A boo-boo just is an opportunity for creativity, right? Just tell yourself that when you make a boo-boo. It's an opportunity. It is not the end of the world. It is just an opportunity to try something else. I'm going to come around this flower real quick. All right, so now we are going to add this like so, and it gives us a little bit of depth and more dimension on here. So a little bit of glue. Now it's going to be plenty big. We may need to trim it, but that's our back piece. And we still need to do our, we're going to wait on our front piece. Let's get the fold taken care of here. I can get everything out of the way. So these are the pieces we scored. This one's really easy. We're just going to fold this over. That 1 2 1/4 fold and do there. Now this one I'm just going to start, and I do tend just like to fold all of these up in one direction, and then I go back and put them in the direction they're supposed to be in. This piece of Teach and Tide has an issue. This is the second piece. See that line going? Never seen that before. just part of the die lot or something. But it's not going to be seen anyways. It's not going to matter. So I have all my bits folded, you can see. Now we need to turn it into this. So starting with this first 1 inch, we know that this goes down. You can see this one. So down goes like so. This comes up. That means this one comes back. So let's give those some creases to start with. Just reinforcing them is all I'm doing here. And I want you to be able to look here and see. So here we got this going. We went all the way up here. Come back down. This one now needs to fold in. This center one folds up. And this one folds back. And we are going to add, I'm going to use tear tape. We're going to tear tape this one to this piece right here. And this one looks like it might not be. No, it's straight. Okay. Tear tape it is. Right in the center. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to figure out where my pokey tool is. It's right here. So now I'm going to bring this, and I'm just going to close my card, hopefully all the way. Just like so, and then this might need a little tweaking. There we go. This piece is coming down. Now, this is the gusset in it that's going to open up, but it also gives it stability as far as not letting it open too far. This little piece is our next helper. You can see we're going to have some that's going to get glued back here. This 2 1/4 inch flap that we creased, and this down here. So we are going to put a piece of tear tape, just one, right down there, because this piece is going here. Now on the back of this flap, we're also going to adhere a piece there. I'm going to leave this one open for the moment, and I'm going to do my best to center this. So I've got 2 on that side, 2 squares on this side, and it's roughly in the middle. All right. Now this piece, I'm going to open her up. Close her up, and there's our card. There's the basics of our card. Very narrow. It stays put together, and it's a really cool effect. So that's the basics of it. Now let's get on with some of our decorating. This is our green layer. This is what we are going to cut. Trying to figure out what I'm going to cut. We can do this part of the garden on it. But if I do that, I want to use this. So I'm thinking I know what we're doing. We're cutting this, we're cutting this. We're going to piece some things together. So hang with me here. So we need to get a piece to go on here. That equals, this is DSP number 2. So it needs to be 3 1/4 by 4. Maybe not. Needs to be, this is the 2 1/2. 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. So we're going to cut this off because we're going to use this on our front. And we're going to cut the forget-me-nots off right here. And I'm thinking we're going to cut this right there. One for the front, one for the back, and we will trim those down when we get to it. So this piece now needs to come in, and this is going to go, or actually, we can save that. We can make this work this way and use the other ones. So, yeah, you guys might think I'm a little all over the place, but a little frazzled, I guess you could say. 2.5 by 3 3/4. So I will go over this with you here in a second. All of that cutting, this we're saving for another card. All of that to get to this piece. Just that little bit of yellow. That's what we were after. So our garden green piece, as you can see, is 2 3/4 by 4. This yellow piece we cut from the card base is 2.5 by 3 3/4, and we're going to put these two pieces together. This is going to be, oh, they're the same front and back. Interesting. So it doesn't really matter which side I put my glue. I've never come across that one before. Get it centered. This is going to come right there. And where's our piece we cut for our insert piece? This piece, guys, fits in like so. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So the total measurement of this one is 3.5 by 4. So you can either cut the envelope at that, or you can piece it like I did, because I made a boo-boo the first time around, which does happen. Now, the reason why we're doing this is I want it to cover that. So that's why I could not do that before I put the card together. This gives us a little bit of the back meadow of forget-me-nots here. So you can use your bone folder to go in there, smooth it all down, but that fits so perfectly in there. This piece now gets glued on our front center piece. That is 7 1/4 by 3, scored at 2 1/4. And this piece goes right there. Making way for our beautiful, look at that. Yes, yes, yes. This piece is going to possibly go down there. But what I wanted, I think what we're really going to do is just add that across the bottom. Yes, that's what we're going to do. This is going up on dimensionals. This is also, now we can add that little, let's do that. I don't think this will make a bow at all. No, that's not going to work. So I'm going to get my bow maker, and I'm going to use this old Bashful Blue ribbon here. Why did I tape it like this? Who knows? It was falling apart. So I need to get some, I'd really tape that up good. Because I couldn't get it to not fall apart on me. All we don't need a big bow. And we're just going to stick it on with the glue dot. I'm not going to wrap it behind it or anything like that. My nails really need to be done. Not sure I'm going to get to it this week either. So we need some snips, some ones that will cut nicely, just like that. It's a cute little bow. All right, so dimensionals. Get to the dimensional sheet here. So one up there, one there, there, and in the center there should do it quite nicely. Today was the first day of school for my grandson for the new school year. Oh, that frames it so beautifully. Excuse me, and a glue dot, which found it right off the bat. Look at that. So we are going to put our beautiful little bow. Oh, so cute. Right there. Cute, cute, cute. This, we could flag the ends, but I kind of like it going end to end, so I'm going to leave it just as it is. Then we are going to put and this is nice thick because this is that card base, so it's going to just sit there beautifully. This one's going to go on my shelf, guys. Now, this can go right here, and I think we're going to make a little pocket for a little slider. What do you guys think of that? A little slider to pop in and out, something to write on. I really think that would be a cute idea for the back. So let me get my bow maker set somewhere over there and get a piece of white. So I'm going to go, this is 4 inches. This piece is 3 3/4 by 4. So by 4 1/4. So it's going to be, we're going to go 3 1/2 by 3. So 3 1/4 by 3 1/2 is what I want to cut. 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. I'm going to say this several times. 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. And do I back it on some? No, we already have that. We don't need to back it, but we are going to decorate it up some. So that piece, this is going to give us, let's just go ahead and glue this down. Oh, that would be so pretty too on the back. Which do I use, guys? I'm so confused. I could use this on the back. This is my slider piece for, oh, so we have Forget Me Not, Love, Devotion, and Memories. I think we're going to go with this Unexpected. So this is what it is. I like the look of that on the back. So we're going to just go around this edge, glue this part right on down to our card base, the back of it. This we can decorate with little bits of scrap that we kept. We could do a little bit here maybe, or do I have, what else do I have? Ah, we have these side pieces. Let's put those on there. I think we may only need one. If we cut it in half. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I cut the wrong way. I need to cut this way to do what I wanted to do. It's all right. So, because we don't want a whole lot. I just want a little bit. So we're going to square this off maybe. Square this end off a little. And then cut this in two, because we're just going to give a little hint of it on there, and hopefully it's big enough. It should be. Oh, look at that. That's what we're doing. So this is one side. We'll snip it off in a minute. We're going to do this side. Just a little bit of glue. Mr. Bumblebee buzzing my head. You're annoying me. Oh. He's probably saying, if you would have shut your stamp room door, I wouldn't be in here. So, snip, snip, snip. And we have ourselves a little piece to write on. I love this. Okay, and we have our little butterflies from the dollar store. If we can get them out of the package. There's one. We're going to pop one there. And, oh, I'm not sure I want any more than the one. We could put another on the back, though. Let's do one more on the back. We could actually do it right here. And then you can use that to, won't use that to pull up, but that's cute. All right, Wink a Stella. And do not forget the butterfly. Alice, do not forget the butterfly. And all of our dark stems, we want those to glisten. Not worried about the other leaves. But we want all the pretty flowers. They all need to glisten. And do those here. Not going to go all the way back in there, but just the ones you'll see from the sides. Don't forget the little ones on the back need a little kiss of shimmer and sunshine. And this card came out even better than what was in my head. And I hope it isn't too long of a card for you guys. Oh, now if I were mailing this, I would put this in a regular envelope, maybe a little padded envelope, as it is so darn cute and very, very simple, guys. Really, really simple. So I'm going to go through with you, tell you one more time the measurements for the card base, okay? So your card, your main card base here is 4 1/4 by 11. It is scored at 1, at 2, at 5 3/4, at 9 1/2, 10 and a 10 and a half. And like I said, I folded them all one way, and then I started and I did a mountain, a valley, all the way up here to this mountain, down. Okay, made another valley right here, mountain, valley, and that little piece is what's glued to here. Now our second layer, our layer number 1 I should say, is 3 by 7 and a quarter, and it is scored simply at 2 and a quarter right here. And then it is, this piece here is just glued to the very bottom of the card base, and then it's glued to this front piece here. And then our other measurements, this layering piece here is 2 3/4 by 4. The DSP then for this piece is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. Now the DSP back here, which I made a mistake on, so I'm going to have to rewrite this one down. This one is 3 3/4. No, this is 4 by, let's get it over 2 inches, otherwise I won't be able to tell. Okay, so it is 3 1/2 by 4. I did have that down. I just cut it wrong the first time. And then the back piece, of course, this is the bottom piece of the forget-me-nots. If you want to do the pocket, this is 2 by 4, and then this little piece here is 3 1/2, so it's 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. If you do not want to do the pocket and you simply want a piece this size to fit on there, that measurement is 3 1/2 by 4. So I hope you guys like my little card. I think it's so sweet, and I like this little pocket to put a little note so you have more room to write. A great little birthday card. This would be a sweet birthday card, but it's going on my shelf. Okay, this is staying with me for a while. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your comments, your thumbs up, your likes, and your shares. It means so much to me sharing my creativity with you. Thank you to everybody out there. I so appreciate it. So please come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye for now.